All right, collection number 2. All right, this one I can tell you a little bit about the story. Got an interesting call from a lady. She said that she was helping an elderly woman who doesn't get out, and she was helping her kind of clear her stuff out. Her name was Sheila, the woman that reached out to me. Was corresponding with her, and then as I was corresponding with her, I got another message from someone else, and it was obviously talking about the same collection. So I got a little confused there, and I had really had to spend some time trying to decipher what was going on, because I've had a few times recently here where I've gotten scammed with people trying to tell me they've got stuff and they really don't have it, and hearing from two different people having two different phone numbers involved was definitely a big warning sign for me. But it turns out that this guy that I was dealing with was the lady's nephew, and he was the one who was kind of like, going to sell it for the family. So, anyways, I took my precautions. I sent the money using PayPal with the built-in buyer protection, and nothing. Here's the collection. So I'm gonna just cut into it today. This is one reason why I'm trying to do a better job of not letting boxes sit around the warehouse for weeks and months, because I have had a few examples of people scamming me. It's kind of, I don't know what that says about America or maybe about our economy right now. But anyways, so I did want to kind of get in here and make sure that everything's as it should be before any kind of time expires when it comes to my protection that I got from PayPal. All right, here's a nice old notebook of some kind. I'll just check this out. So what I can tell you about this stuff is it's all going to be, and here you go, Bill, this is all going to be New York stuff from the 1950s. Don't know if any of it's going to be exciting, but I think if it's in here, there's at least one patch that I have known of for a long time and I've never had in my collection, and I really am looking forward to it. We'll see if I come across it. So again, you can kind of see this time period here that we're looking at. Got some more paper, I think for the 40th anniversary, Liberty Alone. Little piece of paper here. Quite a bit of papery items. Jamboree Diary from 1953. Here's a 53 Jamboree Troop Patch. It says Flatbush, Brooklyn. So I know that even without Bill having to respond in the message, that's a district in the council. And then here is membership cards. So this guy was a Scoutmaster of Troop 186 in Brooklyn, and that was in 1953. He was an Assistant Scoutmaster in 1946. So for quite a while there, actually in the 40s and 50s, he was a scout leader. So I wonder if when he did his actual, youth time in scouting. So again, this is some pretty old stuff. Oh, another one of those. And there's a little, these are little decals or little paper. I'm not sure, I think it's kind of a decal for that same thing. So 53, that was held out in California. All right, we'll see if I can dig down in here and find the one I'm looking for. Wood badge, participant neckerchief. You've probably seen those before. It's interesting to see this older style of embroidery. That kind of clues me in that maybe that's how I can tell the difference, because I've had both. I went through wood badge during the 90s. Then here's the troop neckerchief for that same troop, Flatbush district in Brooklyn. Little American flag deal there. What's this guy? Souvenir views. Okay, all right. Okay. Then some paper stuff. I'll kind of move the paper stuff off. Hey there. Hey. My employee just got here. Lots of paper stuff. I'll set that to the side. Oh my gosh, and even more paper stuff. My guess is this is probably, it's a troop newsletter. The Keyhole, published by Troop 186, East 38th Street and Avenue D, April 2nd, 1937. Interesting paperwork. Huh. Oh, interesting. This one's printed for Jamboree Troop 11, Section 18, Flatbush District. This is like their Jamboree newsletter. So definitely some interesting paper here. You guys probably know I'm not a big paper guy, but at least Jason Ricker knows that, right? Oh, cool. Check this out. Whole bunch of pictures. Ooh, cool, cool. Really old pictures. They're not labeled. These look to be like troop camping trips. And then here's like a court of honor picture. Parade. Let's see what the bigger ones are. Again, just bigger blow-ups of the parade in New York, I'm sure. There's no writing on the back to indicate, you know, who was in the picture or anything. But that's still super cool. Like to get that. Authentic. Okay. Oh man, this guy definitely had to be sort of like the Scoutmaster guy. So these are the troop charters, again from Troop 186, Brooklyn, New York. This charter is, I'm reading it upside down, guys, 1949. So these are definitely some really old troops. There's a 20-year veteran. So in 1949, that troop was 20 years old. So that is pretty cool to see. There's that Strengthen the Arm of Liberty logo on that one. Man, these are all really good condition. Check this one out. This is a really old one. There's a bunch of old ones here. Like this guy literally had them all. This one is from that one's from 39 as well. St. Paul's Methodist Episcopal Church of Vanderveer Park. Bill, do you know where that is? I don't know if those guys have a troop anymore, but there's like literally the whole I mean, I'm sort of kidding here, but the whole existence of the troop is right there in troop charters. This one's, holy cow, that's from 1926, 1928. Wow. That is some cool stuff there. That is some cool paper. All right, even from somebody who's a self-professed paper, you know, not into paper, but that's cool paper. Scouting Magazine, Strength and Liberty, so we know that's from that 50s time period. Put that to the side. Bunch of paper, bunch of paper, bunch of paper. Little wood burn thing. Newspaper clippings. Scoutmaster Minutes, it says. This is more paper over here. This looks to be more like the troop stuff. A few more jamboree items. Ah, look at that. Everybody knows what that is. Sorry, gotta make sure the camera's picking this up. Got your notchstick. Okay. Something else. I mean, again, just really cool pictures of the troop, you know. Flatbush Avenue Church, here's all the scouts. Another picture of the troop, all the scouts. Definitely some cool stuff here. More pictures. I mean, there's probably some, I don't know, some people could recognize where, like, there's a 1953 Jamboree. I think that's their Jamboree JSP on a sleeve in that picture. So some cool pictures there. I mean, this might be one of the biggest collections in terms of paper, interesting paper items that I've gotten. Just a, you know, handful of books here, nothing too exciting. There's a uniform here. All right, so let me put all the paper up and I'll show you the uniform, and I hope it'll be the patches in that little container there. I'm dropping stuff. Alright, let's see what the shirt looks like. It's a poly wool shirt. Just has Suffolk County Council here and nothing on it. I don't know what the size is. 15. So it's got the nice plastic buttons. I think that's late 1940s, right, with the plastic buttons. Okay, that to the side. And hopefully in here we'll see some patches. Yay, patches. All right, you guys can see this. Okay. Some Jamboree stuff, 57. Mr. Camporee. Junior Leader Conference, Flatbush. So here's, you know, these patches here, Bill can tell you, I've seen a million zillion of those. Manhattan Hale District, When I come across the one I'm really looking for, I'll definitely give you guys a shout out. 1950, that's really warm. That's what those were meant to be, worn. Again, more 10 Mile River stuff, 25th anniversary. More of these Jamboree ones. And then here was the, I had a whole thing of these with a paperclip on them. More of the Jamboree ones, and that was the one we saw in the neckerchief, that style. That was kind of a shield look, which was pretty cool. Got your old wood badge neckerchief. So here's a cool felt sash. I always like getting felt sashes. This one's, been dinged up a little bit, but it's just an ordeal sash. Doesn't have anybody's name on it that I can see. This is probably, what is this guy? Oh, is this like a little Bible? Yeah, New Testament. Yay. All right, that's cool. A little pouch. All right, we'll keep looking at the patches here. Flatbush, more 10 Mile River, 10 Mile River. This guy here. I think I've seen this before. Liberty Camporee, 1949. Huh, that looks to be like the design for the felt patch, which is kind of cool if you're from that area. Central Minnesota Council Jamboree, so obviously a little bit of trading going on. Narragansett Powwow. Old super common Philmont Scout Ranch. Oh, well, these would not be unfamiliar. Just right from that picture, 1953. This would have been, I am assuming, and Bill can correct me, that this was the JSP they wore to the 53 Jamboree. There's a 53 Jamboree Gulf Coast Council. Let's see what else we got here. Here's some other felt pieces. Bryce Cantor Potato Grower, Jamboree 1953, 53. Here's a little stack of 53 patches. Too bad those aren't worth more, but you know the deal on Jamboree stuff. I don't have to tell you guys. 10 Mile River, Flatbush Camper, Green Bar Gallup, Aurora Area Council. I don't think that council exists anymore. More of that. Scoutmaster patch. Some more pieces here. 77 Jamboree, that kind of jumps out at you. That's not like the rest. And here's a cool patch. I love getting these old insignias. I don't have them all memorized, guys. I know you guys probably can look at the book or might have this stuff memorized. That might be like an Assistant Scoutmaster patch, something like that. I still haven't seen the one that I'm really looking for, but I'm sure it's in here. I'm just going to get to it. Community strips. You can never go wrong with something like that. Explorer State Strip, that's Arkansas. And then, oh, yay, South Carolina, where I'm from. Yay. I don't know that I need that for my collection, but that's cool to get. There's a Montana, an Illinois. Ooh, Alaska. Now, what's odd about this, I'll have to ask somebody. Of course, this is the word Alaska written out, which would make you think it's a community strip. But it's, it's not in the shape of a normal state strip. Washington, D.C. Nice. Now, the New York councils are pretty well known for being, among the most common of this style of strip. I still think it's interesting to have in a collection these khaki and reds, but the New York councils seem to have put out more of those than just about anybody else. There's New Mexico and Kentucky and Connecticut. Man, it looks like he literally was collecting these, which is so cool because, even today people want those. So he's got more. There's LA, Louisiana, Colorado Springs. Oh, someone's going to want that. Midnight Sun. Now, wait a minute. You can't tell me that Midnight Sun is a town. Midnight Sun has got to be a council, right? I mean, I'm making this up because I have research in front of me, but Midnight Sun, isn't that the name of a council? Nebraska, North Dakota, Maryland, Iowa, Mississippi. No, is it? Nope. Still looking for the one I'm looking for. Scoutmaster. There's a senior patrol leader or assistant senior patrol leader. I can never keep them straight. Brooklyn. Scarsdale, New York. Fenimore Cooper Council. I wonder what that 4 is. Bill, if you know, let me know what that number 4 is. I'm not sure. Shift Scout Reservation, you've seen that before. Garters, got a million of those. Brooklyn, Star Scout. Again, Midnight Sun, another one of those. Kansas. Might have to post that in the Facebook group and see what kind of response I get back. All right, I'm looking, guys. I'm trying to find the patch that I'm looking for. Now I'm getting won't say I'm getting desperate. I'm getting a little anxious. I want to see the one that I really had my eyes on. Hopefully I haven't passed over it already. I think it to be a small patch, but we'll see. More troop numbers. Of course, you're going to have a Region 2. Second class. New York City. There's that guy. Man, more of these. Colorado, Vermont, Indiana. Look at that little staff segment. If I didn't know any better, I think that's a Philmont staff segment, which would be pretty good. It's about the right size, and it's definitely the right color. I'll just have to, look in my Philmont book and see if that's actually the right one or not. Here's a veteran patch. I am not seeing the patch that I'm looking for. Delaware. Although I'm not disappointed at all. There's so much cool stuff here. I've never had so many khaki and red and also Explorer color patches. But the one I'm looking for, I just don't see it. There's another staff patch. Again, I'll have to look at that. That might be a local patch. Most likely it's local. I doubt he only has the one Philmont round, so yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, I'll have to go back through. It might have been thrown over there, or I might have skipped through it. But what it was, I'll just tell you, and it's not going to make a lot of sense unless you break out the book on senior scouting, but there was a program that's mentioned in Clough's book about, I think it's called, what's it called? Like Second Honor Society, or it's one of the original senior scouting programs. And it kind of has like crossed flags on the patch. And that patch I've never had. In that program, I'd have to go back and read his book to see what it was really meant for. But it was kind of a program for older scouts. Maybe it was a program for scouts once you'd moved on to college or something. I can't remember the history of it because I've never had the patch, and so I've never, dwelled on it. But I swear in the pictures that the family shared with me, I saw that patch, and I was really keen on it. But there's so much stuff in that box, it's very easy that it could have just, fell out somewhere. So I'm going to have to dig through this and sort this out a little bit better. But bummer. But well. I mean, I can't be disappointed, in that stuff. It's still